that's better. So I made a very simple stamped card here. And I used the Sweet Ice Cream, just the stamp set in its own right. And we're going to use that again, but I'm going to add the punch to it this time round. So let's have a look. Let me show you first of all what we created yesterday, and that was these two very simply stamped cards. We have this one here with the ice cream cones. So stamp the cones, stamp 3 different toppings on there, and it says happy birthday with sprinkles on top. That's that one. And I added the little dots that come in the set here onto the envelope and on the outside. And then the other one that I made was with the lolly combination, and I've got the little drip here with the ice cream melting. And after the live had finished, I did add some sequins there, and I've coloured this one in with a earnest it was actually black. I used a black blends pen, but because the sequin was yellow to start with, I've got a really nice brown colour. So these match the two, and then I've got a brown one here for my chocolate lolly. So do say hi if you're joining me. I'm going to progress this a little bit today and use the stamp set and the matching punch. So this punch will punch out both the cornet shape and this top here. And I thought what I'd do is copy a part of the catalogue. So that's called casing, where you copy and share everything. So anything you see in any of the catalogues, you're absolutely welcome to copy and use as is. And so I'm going to do a combination of these two. This one just uses the papers, and this one uses the punch and the punch to punch out from the paper. So let me show you the papers again, because they really are fun. So here we go. So this is the other sheet. So you do get 2 each of these, and they are 12 inches by 12 inches. Obviously I've cut mine down to start with. And so we've got these lovely ones here, this one and this one. So these are all very similar, but perfect for punching out, as you will see. We then have cones and flat cones and lollipops, all printed. And then on the reverse sides of that, we have some really nice patterns. So these match all the colours. So we've got Calypso Coral, Pear Pizzazz, Blackberry Bliss. This is the one that we're going to use for the cornet. And then we've got Sprinkles and Stripes. So what I'm going to do first, which is really nice and quick and simple, is this card here. Now I haven't got the ribbon, unfortunately, so all I'm going to do, and I have pre-prepared some of this just in terms of the card base, so I've actually changed it out slightly. I've got a Blackberry Bliss, hello Jeanette, card base, and then I've got a white layer, and then I've got the stripy layer, and then I'm just going to add in this layer here with the lolly sticks. Now this in the centre has got Purple Posy, and they've sort of done it at a jaunty angle, so I will do that as well. And let me find the piece with the lollies. Oh, actually I could use any of the others. Doesn't have to be the lollies at all. So we've got the cones, the lollies, and we've got these ones. Perhaps I'll use these. What's on the reverse? Sprinkles. Okay, so all I'm going to do is cut out a piece of this and put a banner across it. So a nice simple card to start with, and then I'm going to go on to this one with a little bit of punching and stamping. So let me just cut this piece down. So I'm going to go 8 centimeters by, let's try 11. I might make it a little bit smaller. But it's got 4 of those lovely Blackberry Bliss colours on it, so I think that would look really nice on here. And in fact, I don't think I'm going to bother with the layer behind. I think I'm just going to put that at a jaunty angle, or I could of course do it straight. What I'm actually going to do is take a slither off that edge. I hope you're well, Jeanette, anyway. It's very quiet here this afternoon. There we go. And then I have got some offcuts of white that I can stamp. So they've got happy birthday, hope it's sweet. I think I'll need a bigger piece to do that. Let's move that over. So it's this one here that we're doing. So I'm going to do it in Blackberry Bliss because I think that's a really nice mix, a nice set of colours. I think I might just do this as a fun thank you card instead, as I did quite a few birthdays yesterday. So in the stamp set we've got thank you. I think you could do thank you with sprinkles on top. Let's have a look. Alright, let's find a block. And I think that will fit probably on one of my offcuts. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to ink this up with Blackberry Bliss. Okay. Make sure there's nothing underneath there. So I'm almost using this as a mat underneath. There we go. So there's that thank you. I really do like the style of that. Okay. Ooh, curtain cards. Now, that sounds interesting, Jeanette. I'm not sure I know what a curtain card is. Okay, so they've got these at jaunty angles. So they've got a purple posy layer inside, which is in here. It looks like white, to be honest, but when you look against the white. So I suppose I could cut this down and have it at a jaunty angle, like so, or I could just put that at a jaunty angle. So I'll cut a layer of purple posy. Let's have a quick look. See what you think. Carol, is that What was the brave referring to? Was that Jeanette or was that me stamping on the catalogue, I wonder? Let's have a look and see. So as I said before, if I'm cutting off an A4 sheet, I always cut out a card size piece first and then cut down from there. So this piece that I've cut is approximately 7.5 by 11. Let's make this 8. By 11.5. Oh, curtain fold. I don't know if that's what I did recently or whether it's something completely different. You'll have to share a photograph so we know what a curtain fold card is. Oh good, Carol, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay, so this is the card that I'm recreating, and then I'm going to go on and recreate something like this. So this is all in the Ice Cream Corner suite. I could do it. I do like the white behind, so I'm going to do that first of all. This is lovely. Oh, I nearly knocked my cold drink over then, girls. YouTube, okay. I'm going to look it up. A curtain fold. It might be like one I did in the hydrangea class, but if so, I didn't know that's what it was called, and if not, I'll see what it's all about. So thank you for that, Jeanette. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on straight. Oh, it is similar. Okay, thank you. I'll still look it up because it could have been done a different way. Might have been an easier way to do it, mightn't it? Oh, this is about to run out. Yes, it's just run out. So I hope everybody is well today. Tuesday, the 2nd of March. Miss me. Okay, so that's my base layer. Love that Blackberry Bliss. And then I've got, so that's how they've done that at a little angle. So let's recreate that. So they've got one going at like that. So I'm just making sure it's sort of going nicely across. Now I haven't got that lovely Blackberry Bliss ribbon. That's next on my order. So let's pop this one on here. And I've made this one slightly smaller so that you can see a little bit more of the background. And there'd be nothing to stop you putting this background through an embossing folder to give it some embossing texture. Not that you see very much of it, of course. And let's pop this layer on. So this is a very quick layout for using up designer paper. So if you've got some odd pieces of designer paper left that coordinate with each other, then this would be a good layout to use for that purpose. There we go. We've got thank you, and they had their sort of going across, but mine's smaller, so I think I'm going to have that just coming in from the side. So I'm just going to cut that edge off, and I am going to cut it with my trimmer because I know I won't cut it straight and I want it straight. and I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, and I really want these three to show, so I think I'm going to put it about here because I want it to pick up the Blackberry Bliss. I don't really want to cut out too many. That would also work, wouldn't it? Oh, did you, Carol? How funny is that? Did you use this paper or did you use the lollipop paper, I wonder? Just trying to get this placement really. Couldn't get away with it like that. So I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals and then add a little bit of bling. So really quick, straightforward card. How funny that Carol should make the same card. There we go. So just have that a little bit above there, like so. That works really well, doesn't it? And then I'm just going to add a little bit of bling to that. Oh, perfect, yes. And I think this DSP, if you don't like the stamp set, this DSP is perfect because you get the whole effect of the ice cream without necessarily needing the stamps. Although I do have to say, I love the sentiments in this stamp set, Carol G. Absolutely love them. Let's see what I've got. I think I'm just going to use plain bling for that. And I'm going to do one with the stamp set and the punch. So I was having a play yesterday evening as well with this, and I discovered all sorts of things you can make with this punch and the stamp set. Let's put one here and one here, like that. Okay, so that was so easy, and you could do that with any sets of designer paper. And what's nice is if you've got paper that's too bold that you don't normally, that you wouldn't usually use it as the backing layer so that you're only seeing a small part of that. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is similar to this one here. So I'm going to show you the ice cream cornet and the ice creams first. So for the cornet, I'm going to use this paper here and punch it out. So I'm just seeing what's on the other side, and I'm just using this section at the bottom, and I'm just going to pop that very edge in there to create that cornet. Equally, you could use the stamp and punch it out, you would get the same effect. And then what I'm going to do is use these pieces to punch out the ice creams here. Okay, now you've got lots of different pieces to play with, and this punch will punch out the ice cream. So what you want to do ideally is bring it in from the top so that you're not using the triangle and wasting any card. So if I just find my scissors, which have gone AWOL. There they are, carefully in my pot. So if, for example, I wanted this, let's go this piece here, then what I would do is literally just cut out that little bit and feed that in from, in this case, the side. Okay, and you can turn this round to get whatever effect you want. So I like this sort of mid going into the purple. So I've got this one here. Okay, and then I can change some of the colourways for these blues and greens. So this one here, I could punch out from there. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of the yellows and pinks. So you can have great fun with these, and you can of course stamp onto these as well. So let's do some yellow really. So I'm going to pick up this one here. And obviously you could stamp the lollies on this as well. If you just stamped it in a light colour, you'd get the lolly image that you could then fussy cut if you wanted to. So let's just pop this in, like so. So now I've got my ice cream cone and 3 sets of ice cream like we have on here, and I can add some sprinkles and chocolate dots to those. So from the stamp set, let's grab the sprinkles. It's here, and let's grab the dots as well. So these can obviously be any colours you want them to be. I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss on one of them. Let's have a smaller block. This one here. There we go. Actually, I might have sprinkles on all of them, and I'll just keep them the same. So, 3. There we go. Okay. So for this particular card, now I've got those 3 and my cone, I've got some background paper and then a piece of white. So I'm going to use the background paper that they used here, but as I've got some Blackberry Bliss, I'm going to use that as well. So let's move this out of the way. So it's a Blackberry Bliss kind of day today. So this will be my base layer, and I have got some inner white pieces that I will stamp and put on the inside. Just our standard basic white card. Now tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm going to do this shaker card here. Now I haven't got the little sprinkles, which is a bit of a shame because I think they would be perfect, but I'm going to recreate this shaker card tomorrow. with the 3 circles. So I hope you're able to join me for that. That'll be in the morning tomorrow. So I'm scoring this at 10.5 centimetres. And then I'm going to cut a piece of this paper to 10. Actually, I'm going to do it slightly smaller, to do it 9.5, so I've got more of a margin. By 13.85. There we go. Like so. So there's more of the border you can see this time round. And then they've got a piece of plain white. Just wondering if I might use, because there is this purple posy in there, use this for my layering up. Perhaps it does need to be white. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, the white looks better. So I'm just going to cut this down. Just want to see how these are going to fit, because that will decide how much I cut this down, roughly. So just measuring that along my guideline here. So it is about 11.5 centimetres by about 7.5. I'm just doing that just by eye, nothing more than that. This might be completely wrong. 7.5 by 11.5. Let's see what that looks like. And I think what I might do is I might add the sprinkles and things around the edge of this to give it a little bit of interest. So we've got that, and then my cone and my layers, like so. That looks perfect. So I'm going to add sprinkles around the edge of this and stamp my sentiment as well. So here's the sprinkles, and I think I might just do them in the same Blackberry Bliss. Normally I would switch around, or I could do the dots. Let's have a look and see. I'll do one. If we don't like it, I can turn it onto the other side. That will just bring in the Blackberry Bliss, that's all. Hello, Brenta. No apologies needed for being late, because you can catch us up. So this is what I've been doing, page 48 of the catalogue, the Ice Cream Corner Suite. This is a really easy one, just with the designer paper and stamping the thank you message, like so. And I'm doing the second one sort of next to it. Let's see what this looks like. I might just do the dots on one side. They're rather nice dots though, aren't they? So what have I got to tell you? Celebration is for all finished, as you know, but we do have a brand new suite which has launched today, which is the butterfly bouquet stamp set and matching papers, and that is available to order from today, and it will be in the new annual catalogue. But Stampin' Up have given you an opportunity to get it nice and early. So I will be sending out an email about that, because I'm offering a free class to anybody who orders that suite in March. Now, that's that there. Just wondering if I need to do that all the way around. Jeanette says, add a few drips. It's not yummy until it's dripping. Yeah, that's true. I could do. I just want to look at what sentiment I'm going to put on. So let me have a look and see. I could just do You're So Cool, or yeah, I think You're So Cool will work, and then I can embellish around it, because you could use that for anything, couldn't you? So I wondered, did you just order the papers, Carol W, or did you order the stamps as well, and the punch? Okay, You're So Cool. So what I want to do is have this next to that. There we go. So my gut reaction is just to leave that on the right hand side. But let me know if you think I should put some on the left as well. Just try to tie it in to the base paper. Let me have a sip of my drink while I'm deliberating. I've not long been in from walking the dog, so I'm quite thirsty. I think that's going to work exactly as it is. So let's pop this layer down. I mean, I could have that on the back so you don't see any of it. That's why they had the stripes. So let's pop this layer on. So I cut this slightly smaller than the other one so that you see more of the Blackberry Bliss, because I want it to tie into the 4 lines of Blackberry Bliss I've got on the papers. Obviously you could do this in any colourway, so they've done it in what looks like Pool Party, or could be Coastal Cabana. Okay, so I think I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals, but let's pop this on first before I do any of that. And obviously you could have as many layers of this as you wanted, so I could punch out another one, but 3 seems to look quite good. If they're sort of spaced like so. I'm going to have that one on the top and that one underneath. So let's pop these up on dimensionals, which are just here somewhere, because I've used them, haven't I? Okay. More. I'll find them in a minute, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm going to pop dimensional here and here on our backing. Like so. And then this one on the bottom. Now you could add Wink of Stella to make these nice and glittery. You could add glitter. You could add a little bit of shimmer paint. There's lots of things you can do. So I'm just going to add some Wink of Stella. I'm avoiding going over my blackberry sprinkles too much because they will, if you get them too wet, they will run. And obviously there's a bit of colour and splodge going on the paper. There we go. I think these would be great when we're allowed to meet again and we have you know, summer parties and summer get-togethers. These will be a perfect summer party invitation, wouldn't they? There we go. So I'm not sure if you can see that in the light or not. Might just be able to. Okay, so let's have this one at the bottom. So I'm just going to put one right in the middle so that I've got space to move this around. I could have this at a slightly jaunty angle, like so. And then this one, and obviously you could build this up and have a really tall card with lots of ice cream, either stamped out or just punched out. Do that lightly. There we go. Voila. Make a good man's card as well, because men like ice cream as much as we do, I'm sure. There we are. You're so cool. Okay, and that is going to go onto here. Now they had their sort of bottom left in the catalogue, which actually looks quite nice. Normally, as you would know, I go for the centre, or you could go at a jaunty angle. But I think I'm going to follow their lead and have that bottom left, just for a change. What do you think? Shame I haven't got the blackberry bliss ribbon. Let me know if you think I should go central or bottom left, or even top right. Bottom left, says Carol G. Well, as I'm casing the catalogue, let's do that. So I'm just going to put a central panel of wet glue and slide that into place so you move the glue around. Could put that up on dimensionals, but I'm happy with that as it is. Now the question is, are those lines straight? So I've got an optical illusion going on here. As to whether that's straight or not. Okay, you're so cool. Let's fold that over. And then I'll just do some inners for these two cards. As I say, I'll do a shaker card tomorrow, so you'll be able to see that. But I think those are really sweet, and sometimes when you get a new stamp set, it's good just to case the catalogue. There's absolutely no you know, no harm in doing that. And you can also case the catalogue for other ideas. So, you know, use the same layout but for a different stamp set. or a different set of designer paper. So I'm just going to do 2 inners for these 2 cards. So I'm going to cut these down, and I'm going to stamp these sprinkles on one. Actually, I might just do sprinkles on both of them in the Blackberry Bliss to bring that all in together. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Not far off my time. That's a bit of a miracle. What size have I done that? 10. I should have cut those both together, shouldn't I? Never mind. I could use purple posy on the inside of this one if I wanted to. I can see I've got a little mark on there, a little bit of glue, but I'm going to put that on the underneath, so I'm not worried about that. Like so. There we go. Add my sprinkles. I've got the dots actually. I can see me using those dots for lots of different things. Thank you, Carol. Thanks, Jeanette. Truly scrumptious, says Brenda. Thank you. So let's do this one here. So I'm going to do the dots across the bottom. As I say, I like the stamp set for the sentiments alone, and it, you know, being able to use the ice cream and everything for lots of things other than ice cream, as you will see. So this one is going to go in there like that, and this one, because this has got the little dots all around it, I'm going to do the same but around the edges. So there's even a Christmas card idea to come, thanks to Lynn Fay for extra inspiration. So I hope you're able to watch or catch up later in the week. Stamp set is only £16. It's a really good value set, and by the amount I've used the sentiments, to be honest, this has paid for itself anyway. There we go. So watch out in your emails for details of the butterfly suite, which released today. I'll send information out either tonight or tomorrow. So here we go. Let's pop that one in there. I'll say just a very thin layer of that glue. One and two. And even just with this layer, you could make lots of cards with that. I might do a couple of cards actually with that layout with different papers, just so that you can see it. Oh, hi Christine. Yes, you've nearly missed us. But we are still here. We're still here just. So live at 5 on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays. There we go. So a bit of Blackberry Bliss going on today. That's our theme. So we've got You're So Cool, and I've got Winker Stella on our little cornets, and this was punched from the papers. So let me just show you if I can find one. So I cut out a piece of the paper and just use the ice cream cornet punch to punch the tops, and then punched this section out of the piece here, as you can see. And on the reverse of that you've got more cornets. So there we go. So I hope you like the 2 cards. Thank you very much for your lovely comments. As I say, I will be back tomorrow at 10 AM and I'm going to be doing the shaker card from here. As I say, I'm sorry I don't have the little sprinkles because they are the cutest little sprinkles. I'll just be using some sequins for mine. But I'll be showing you that tomorrow in a hopefully easy to recreate. So thank you so much everybody. I hope you enjoy your evening. I've gone a bit wonky here on my table. Sorry about that. So enjoy your evening. It's nice and light. Roll on the rest of March and the earlier lighter evenings. Thank you so much for your lovely comments. Do take care. I look forward to catching up with you soon. Look after your loved ones, look after yourselves. I hope you can keep crafting. Thank you so much. Bye bye and good evening. Bye.